Hey guys, it's True Voodoo. Welcome to my YouTube video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a reward tank. This is the Kampfpanzer 50t, which is the prize for ranked battles. So we're going to talk about how you earn this tank, what it can do on the battlefield, and if you don't plan on getting one, or you know you're not playing ranked so you don't qualify, I would still recommend at least watching the video until the armor model part, because you're going to want to know how to beat this tank when you fight it, because it's very good. So looking at the webpage here, this is a list of how many tokens you need to unlock the vehicle. It takes 9 tokens. So just to give you guys an idea of how you earn tokens for playing ranked, if you do qualifications, you get 1 token. Qualifications are 20 battles. Doesn't matter how well you do, you get a token guaranteed for playing those 20 battles. Your next token that you can earn is 2 tokens for finishing 3rd division. Then you can earn 1 token for finishing 2nd division. Then you can earn 1 more token for finishing 1st division. So that's a total of 5 tokens. So I finished all the way to the end of 1st division. I had 5 tokens. So that means last season, if you finished the end of 2nd division, you earned 4 tokens, which means that if you finished 2nd division last season, that this season you need to get to the end of 1st division to earn 5 more tokens. That way you have the 9 that qualifies you. So people really like to know, how is this tank? Is it overpowered? Is it as good as the tech tree tanks? Is it really bad? Is it not even worth finishing a rank to get? Like, why should I get it? I'm going to be upfront on this, and usually I'm not. I just don't like really making strong opinions about things like this. I like kind of being vague. One reason is it's hard to kind of get an overall opinion on a tank in, 20 battles or so. But as it stands right now, I'm pretty comfortable saying that I think this is going to be the best tier 9 medium tank in the game. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If people who end up earning it and playing it disagree with me, that's fine. As it stands for me, this is my best tier 9, and I think it is objectively the best tier 9 at this point in the game. Let's talk about the tank. We'll start with the armor model. So the armor model on this thing is very good. In a nutshell, the turret is very strong and the upper front plate is good. So this thing is quite bouncy. There is a weak spot on the turret, and it's behind this little viewport here. So that will pin almost every time straight on. So that's good to know. If you guys are fighting this thing, that's where I would recommend trying to shoot it. As of right now, not a lot of people know about that. So I was having some really good fights, which was nice. The next thing is the turret, like the rest of the turret. The front is, like this penetration, this is 268. So this means that a medium tank or a heavy tank, best case scenario, they're going to have like a 50% chance to pin your mantle. If you're in a hold down, they have to shoot this little weak spot, or they have to take a 50% chance to pin on your mantle, unless they load premium. So this is 320 heat. This is kind of what it looks like. So now you have like an 70 more, kind of more on the right side, 78% chance to hit. So you'll bounce like 1 out of 4 with premium. And this is still like not a huge area, this is not bad, which this is kind of an interesting armor model. Does this look familiar to anyone? What does this armor model remind you of? I know some people have thought of it already. Okay, I'll show you. Did you say object 279? Ding, ding, ding. So the 279 has the weak spot on the cupola, which, very high chance to pin. You could consider this kind of like the viewport on the 50T. And then it has the upper plate. This is the next spot you would go to pin it, which on the 50T, that would be symbolic of kind of the turret. This is what the turret looked like, 35, 40% chance to pin. You load premium, and now you have like best case scenario, 72, 73% chance to pin. So, the 50T turret kind of reminds me a lot of the 279. Of course, in the 279, you can like hold down, so this isn't exposed. But even when people have shots on your whole armor, it's still hard for them to pin you. That's kind of what the turret reminds me of on this. If you're close and you're brawling up close to people, it's not intuitive for them to want to shoot your mantle. Eventually, people are going to learn this, and they're going to start doing it, and you'll have to be more careful with how you play it. But as of right now, people are looking for cupolas, and they're not there. It's in the back, but it's hard to see, especially if you're above them. And the upper front plate, if you're just driving at someone in the open and you do a little wiggle and they shoot the wrong side at the wrong time, they have like a 20% chance to pin. So you can kind of push in the open. If they don't hit your low plate, you have a really good chance to bounce almost everywhere. It's kind of 907-ish. So the armor model on this thing is really strong. You're not invulnerable. You do have to play cover as best as possible. And the side armor is bad, so you can't side scrape. I should mention that. But otherwise, my armor rating on this thing was really high. The gun on this tank was the next thing that stood out to me. The gun is really, really good. So the Leo's alpha got buffed. It's like 420. This has 320, but the DPM is still really high. And with 320 alpha and a fast reload, you actually have the opportunity to permatrack some people, which is really nice. That's one advantage it has over the Leo. But the thing I'll have to say is the gun itself feels very German in a sense that if you fully aim, you can expect this to hit almost every shot. It's quite insane. It has really good velocity. It has really good consistency, and it has really good heat pin. 320 is really good. So when I caught people out of position, I really put them through the pace and just demolished them. But then I do have 320 heat pin, so when I go into these close range situations versus heavies, I can pin them as well. It was kind of ridiculous. Has a 1.8 second aiming time on my current setup and a 0.3 dispersion. I experimented with running it vert stab versus vents, and I don't really know which way is my favorite yet, but either way it's still really good. And so that's one thing you have to be careful about. If you're one of those people who just like to analyze tanks by what it says on paper, like, yeah, there might be a tank with higher DPM, but this thing is going to hit like every shot. So someone makes a comparison between like, oh, well, the AMX-30 has really good DPM compared to this. Like, it doesn't matter because the AMX-30 misses like half its shots. This hits like 90%. As far as mobility goes, I thought the mobility on this thing was great. It's not the kind of mobility that lets you like circle heavies or really like dodge around them and stuff, but it will get you around the map very quickly. It goes like 60. So you can roll with any of the medium tanks and you can just flex and get out of danger or get to damage really quickly, which is a very popular thing. And it's also very strange to be that fast and have this kind of armor. So as a total package, what this thing can do is if you need to, you can play back kind of like a position that you would normally play in a Leo PTA, and you can hit shots very consistently and a very high rate of fire. But if you need to, and this is what really helps it stand out from the crowd, is you can go pretend you're a tier 9 heavy and you can get up pretty close in these fights versus heavy tanks as long as you pick a good position, and you can push heavies back. And I'm sure you've seen that in some of the clips during this video. I was bullying people. Guys, that kind of wraps up my video. This tank is really good. I'm actually playing ranked to try to earn it because I want it. This is just a rental for me. So I'm playing ranked. I'm going to try to get it. I'm definitely in the running because I finished so high last season. So I wish you guys the best of luck out there with trying to earn this tank. And if you have to fight it, hopefully seeing the armor model will help you a little bit. Have a great ranked season. Good luck on getting the tank. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.